Tonight at LCYouth, we continued the series, What's the Matter? And we looked at the question, what's the matter with grudges? And our friend Taylor pointed out this definition of a grudge. A grudge is a pain or a problem from the past that I'm carrying with me into the present, and I'm using it to define my relationship with another person. So if we look at ourselves, how do I know if I'm carrying a grudge? Well, it'll often come out in how I retell stories. What am I trying to let somebody else know about the other person involved in the story? Is it good or is it bad? Am I carrying a pain or problem that they've caused me, or am I choosing to see them as someone who's loved and known by God? See, the problem with grudges is that grudges get in the way of the type of love that Jesus is calling us to have for one another. Jesus calls us to have a generous love for each other. And real generosity isn't shown so much in how we treat the people that we like, but real generosity is shown in how we treat the people that we don't know well, or the people we don't really like that much. In Matthew chapter 18, verses 21 to 25, Jesus told a parable of two forgiven servants, and one had a huge debt that he owed his master. And when he came in and the master said, "You need to pay what you owe me," the servant said, "I can't, I don't have it." And the master said, "Then, you know what, I'm going to forgive you, go on." So as the servant left that meeting, he met another servant who owed him a very small amount. And he says, the other servant says, "I can't pay you what I owe you." And instead of saying, "You know what, I was just forgiven so much, I forgive you," that servant who was forgiven the huge debt said, "You know what, you're going to be in prison until you can pay me what you owe me." And Jesus presents this picture for us to see that we have been forgiven a huge debt. The weight of our sin was unbearable, but Jesus' death on the cross paid the price and we're forgiven. And if we've been forgiven so much, we should walk in forgiveness with other people. Jesus doesn't hold a grudge against us for all that we've done, and we shouldn't hold a grudge against somebody else. Instead of carrying that grudge, we should carry the memory of Christ on the cross and that payment of sin that was against us that he took care of. And when we come across somebody that has brought pain or problems from our past, rather than carrying that and holding it against them, we're supposed to walk in generous love towards them. And I know that's way easier said than done, but it's the type of life that Jesus is calling us to live. And the question is, will you choose to love generously, to walk in forgiveness, and stop carrying those grudges? I pray that you would. Have a great week. We'll see you soon.